Yeah, I know. Good evening, all. I know a lot of you are eager to start the session, but let's just give 2 more minutes grace time for all the students to join. So we will start the session in 2 more minutes. All of you, please inform your friends also to join. We will start the session in 2 minutes. Yes, good evening, all. Just give 1 more minute before we start the session. So I know all of you are eager to listen to our expert panelists and lots of questions you have, doubts you have. But today we are very lucky to have an extreme, actually, especially very experienced panelist with us. But I suggest all of you to put your questions in the Q&A box instead of chat box, or you can put it in the chat box also. But we will have a dedicated time to answer all your questions at the end of this session. Okay, so let's wait for a couple more minutes. So before we start this session, so thank you for the feedback. I think Shashank is telling my voice is low. Thank you, Shashank. Feedback taken. I would be happy to answer all your queries related to admissions, related to main important topic today. Utilize this topic especially to know more about School of AI. Everybody today is interested in School of AI and the branches offered by School of AI. So we have with us a very extreme panelist from School of AI before I introduce, and please utilize the session more in terms of getting information related to School of AI. Okay, so without further ado, I think I will take this session ahead, and I think a lot of you are already asking questions. It's good to see that you are very much eager to know how to what language you need to learn, and when the results, when the counseling, all these questions I can see. But keep your questions at the end. Okay. Good evening, all. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining this important panel discussion on the impact of artificial intelligence. Because today, AI has rapidly evolved from a theoretical concept to a transformative force shaping our world. Actually, if you see, this AI applications span various sectors from healthcare and finance to transportation and entertainment, promising unprecedented efficiencies and innovations. However, with these advancements, there are some significant challenges and questions which are there in all of our minds, including me. How AI will change our job markets and economies, or is there any ethical considerations to be addressed? How it can be part or it can be integrated into our day-to-day lives? So these kind of questions I know everybody is having. So today evening we have a distinguished panel of experts to dwell into these questions and to address your fears and dilemmas, especially when you are a higher secondary student and keen on choosing AI as a major. You need to have vital information about the branch or about the program before you make the decision. Without further ado, I want to introduce our first panelist, and I want to invite our first panelist. Thank you, sir, for accepting the invite. Actually, Dr. Soman KP, sir, is the Dean, School of AI, Head of the Department, Computational Engineering and Networking, Coimbatore. He has more than 27 years of research and teaching experience and has authored more than 500 plus publications in reputed journals, and he is consequently ranked for the last 3 years as one of the world's top 2% most influential scientist list published by Stanford University. So thank you, sir. A warm welcome to you. We are expecting a lot to hear from you about the School of AI and the main fears and dilemmas our students have. Thank you. And
Thank you.
our next panelist, Sai Sundar Krishnan sir, he is the Chief Innovation Officer, Healthcare School of AI, and also a Professor of Practice. He has 11 years of rich experience in industry and academia, and his main specialities, if you can ask me, healthcare innovation across various specialties like cardio, neuro, gastro, immunopathology, related to multi-omics, AMR, neurology, vision-based diagnostics, hardware systems with AI-driven firmware, and etc. Because I think he'll be the right person to help us understand how AI is changing healthcare industry, what kind of impact that is having in a lot of industries, as well as he worked in various industries as a data scientist, as a CEO. So we can get a lot of insights for him because he's not only a professor of practice, he comes from a very rich experience in industry. Okay, so our next panelist is Pradeep Menon sir. He's adjunct professor, School of AI, Amrita Vidyapeetham, Coimbatore. He is a serial entrepreneur who has built and exited multiple cybersecurity organizations across diverse global regions, including North America, Europe, Middle East, Africa, and India. And he has acquired and managed a prestigious client portfolio across various industry sectors such as banking, finance, industry, telecom, healthcare, oil and gas, manufacturing, and government. Actually, his mission is to leverage his expertise and network to create innovative and impactful solutions to complex and evolving challenges in cybersecurity domain. Thank you, sir, for accepting your invite and being part of this. And I know we are all waiting for today's topic to learn more about impact of AI. So without further ado, Soman sir, my first question is for you. Actually, when we talk about AI, I saw the first question from one student also. Do I have to learn a programming language? So every student today who is getting or aiming to get into a programs that are offered by School of AI or the impact of School of AI, if you see, any specific skills or knowledge is essential for individuals looking to get into these programs or looking to work into this AI technologies. Can you please?
Okay. So, good evening to all. So, I will share my screen so that I can are able to see this.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, the most important thing you need to have is something called, you are able to see the top portion. Are you able to see the?
Yes, yes, sir. We can see. We can see, sir. Yes.
It is about the computational thinking and scientific computing. So, it's the first most important requirement compared to conventional programming. What is required here is scientific computing. That is, now you have to program the mathematical algorithms rather than the conventional classical computer science algorithm. And the most important other thing is mathematics for AI. People think mathematics for AI is something very tough, exotic, extra. It is not so. Mathematics required for AI is same as that of any other branch of engineering. But the only thing is the way you learn mathematics, you need to change. So the topics you require for mastering AI is now only 3 topics. Linear algebra, where you will be accustomed yourself with the vector space, something called singular value decomposition, and last pseudo inverse. These 3 concepts are extremely important. With the pseudo inverse concept alone, you have learned something about matrix inversion, but there is something called pseudo inverse, which is applicable for all matrices. Okay. Once you learn that one, now you can attack most of the problems in AI. Second mathematical topic requirement is now multivariate calculus, optimization theory. And now the latest topics are in this area are now dynamo decomposition, Copeland operator theory, etc. All this now just extension of your +1, +2 calculus. There is not much difference. Calculus you are learning now, you are maybe what you can say process. Then probability and statistics, multivariate normal distribution, estimation theory, classical statistics. But again, now all these things you will be learning, okay, with the help of computers. You have to really program it, because now you should forget about now learning maths by what you can say simply scribbling in paper. It is not possible for this method, particular thing. You have to compute and learn. So third topic, very relevant for this, is natural language processing. You are already, maybe most of you are familiar with the ChatGPT and all the technology, which is basically AI applied to natural language processing, that is not text and speech. So this is very important. Then other thing is something common to computer science. This is database management and now data science. Okay, what do you may see now? What is data science? It's again maths only. Okay, so basically from data now you discover relationship between variables, and also you know now you can find the governing differentiation. Example, something is now dynamically varying. What is the differentiation correspond to that variation? Okay, you are learning now only now how to solve a differentiation. You now you give data to this now program. It will tell you now which differentiation it is following. So that is basically you can think of now data science. And other thing, this not you don't take it as now just computer science as subject. For AI, for you to apply, you should have now domain knowledge. Very important thing. So domain knowledge, we are focusing robotics, digital biology, because I'm not telling simply biology, it is not descriptive, modern biology, okay, digital biology, DNA sequence, a lot of technology is there. So you will be applying mathematics there also. Then digital healthcare, okay, management, then digital material science. I am writing digital, particularly now, so emphasizing there because it is not conventional material science. You will be using now AI everywhere, digital chemistry, finance, etc. Then classical electrical communication engineering, you require now maybe when you are working for robotics now, you require all these things. So these are the 5 I can say topics. Okay, you should focus on. Other thing is, okay, this is about your mindset for now continuous learning, because this technology is moving very fast. Okay, so you should have the ability to know to cope with it now, continuously learn, tinker, then now computationally experiment with the concepts. Okay, computers should be used for now this computational experiments, so that now you understand the concept better. So these are the 6 things. I'll also a little bit now emphasis on, okay, since AI is applied to all domain, okay, and AI is now, you already notice a sort of now multidisciplinary. Okay, you should know how to deal with the hardware also, and it is quite easy now. Technology allows it. Extremely low cost now. You can learn electrical electronic engineering. What I am showing here. Okay, maximum total cost may around 25,000 rupees. You can do all the electronics experiments from your home. There is no question of not separate lab. So here, classroom itself will be your lab. And now you can take this to your hostel or no home. You can do all sorts of experiments. So implication of this one now, all engineering are coming together now. 4 years, you can learn almost all engineering, provided you are you should have interest in that one. Okay, so we provide all sorts of type of facility, unlock computer. We have bought thin client system, online lab and evaluation, automatic evaluation, humanoid robot, walking robot, robot for elders, this augmented reality, virtual reality system, for learning now thing, lab for learning cell biology, lab for DNA sequencing, all those things. So this covers now almost entire spectrum of now where AI can be applied now and where you can get job. Okay, so this type of tools are available now. Learning biology now digitally, that is now DNA sequencer. This is a small device now. Older days now it was very I don't say occupying now big space. Nowadays now pocket you can carry. So almost everything what you are teaching here now, lab, electrical, biology, everything now you can carry the I can say these tools in your pocket. Okay, this unlock computer device. This they are now robot dog, etc. Okay, so I hope you got some idea about now this things you need to know about. One is math and computing and hardware. Okay,
yes,
back to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think you can stop sharing the screen, sir. So before I go to the next question, sir, let me just conclude. See, I think a lot of students usually ask me, do I need to have good maths knowledge? If you really want to get success in this courses like AI, you need to have a strong hold in maths, especially as per sir's words, you need to have good computing skills, good math skills are required to get good grades in a that I can say. But nicely explained, sir. Now I think students can understand if they want to choose just AI branch, they need to have a basic understanding about the things that you have mentioned. And anyway, we are giving those skills and we are teaching them once they enter here. But a basic knowledge in these topics which you have discussed is that can help the student very much, sir. But my next question is to Pradeep sir, sir. Sir, actually, when we are talking about AI, today the whole world is talking about what kind of opportunities exist or what kind of collaborations we can do in AI research and development. Are there any global implications that are happening? Please, can you let us know in this regard, sir?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Sudhir. And hello, everyone. And it's nice to be here and nice to be with Soman sir and Sai as well. So good to be here. So that's a very pertinent question, Sudhir, what you asked, in terms of the impact of AI globally and the trends that makes AI important. So here is one thing, right? We are all living in a times where it is a huge, rapid changes in various areas. So they say that some of the studies suggest that the jobs that will be there in next 5 years is not here yet. So so the number of jobs and the various jobs that has been created. So for example, if you see some of the data scientist jobs, etc., that's available currently, people are applying, or AI analyst, etc., was not there 5 years back. So the amount of preparation that we can do for job is actually very challenging, considering you take a long, you cannot prepare yourself for a job. So what you can do is basically prepare yourself with certain skills and certain areas of which has got a rapid growth, which we can see. And one of the things that rapid growth, what you see is the AI and ML, which is where you see the rapid growth. And that's one where in which it's a multi-domain, expertise that you can use in. So it's not that you will be like, predominantly going into one industry such. So digital, you learn AI, you take a domain expertise in digital biology, you get into the healthcare. You take AI and use that along with the chemistry, you get into the process industries, others. So various kind of AI is one such discipline which you could use it with multiple domains and multiple areas of expertise. So if you want a career which is future proof, if I have to say, and which roles which we don't know as it exists now, AI is an amazing one which I would bet my horses currently. So that is the one for the future, and especially within AI, the digital biology and the biological aspects is where we are going to see a quantum leap in that aspect of it. So that would be my 2 cents. Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's rightly said. As you said, there are huge implications that are going on surrounding us and in the world that we can actually see. and all actually we can observe. And you rightly said there is a concern about the job displacement or job creation and all, and it can help when you choose a career or when you choose a course based on AI. That can help them to learn the skills that are necessary, that we understood. So, but sir, Sai sir, my next question is following up to the question our answer Pradeep sir gave when he told there is a concern about job displacement and job creation. So how can we balance it? Because a lot of people are worried once AI comes, I'm going to lose my job, or is it going to create new opportunities? How can you actually balance concern about job displacement with the potential for AI to create new job opportunities?
Perfect. So very good evening to all of you. So that's a very interesting question, and that's a question that the whole humanity is bothered about right now. So let's take a little step back, actually a huge step back, and look at all the inventions that have happened in the past, all the very significant ones, starting from fire to wheel to electricity to steam engine to computers to the recent internet revolution and now the intelligence revolution. So all these inventions have stepped up our technology curve. We're just going one up in the technology curve. We have raised our comfort levels, our understanding of the physical world around us. This is what has happened, but none of them has really, catapulted people totally away from their mainstream goals or activities. So, in a sense, it is this AI revolution is yet another way of revisiting ourselves so that we can use AI to enrich whatever we can do. So that enrichment process will actually transform itself into different kinds of jobs that the society will undertake. So just like Pradeep sir was saying, 2 years back, if I tell you, a prompt engineer, one would be wondering, what is a prompt engineer? Is it someone who prompts behind the stage in dramas? I mean, but right now a prompt engineer has a very different connotation. The technology has kind of settled in. And if you look at the whole job creation, and let's look at it very positively, right? Again, 20 years back, if I told you there are 22,000 human genes and everything of them has been mapped, I mean that's kind of very exciting stuff. But now all that has been done, and all that is just a matter of a small output of a small sequencing instrument right now. You can do a total genome sequencing, or you can do a specific exome sequencing. This opens up a plethora of opportunities in terms of the deluge of data. If you look at from 2007 to 2008, the amount of data that the mankind has created, we need very sophisticated new technologies to address these things. And these technologies are slowly getting created, and AI will cash in on these technologies, as well as the core domain and extracurricular domain improvements that are happening in other fields. So I just told about the healthcare. Again, the cybersecurity. With data also comes the data security, and I'm sure Pradeep sir will talk a little bit about that later. And there are a lot of other instrumentations. Think about again the microscope discovery time. So the invention of microscope paved way for a lot of different technologies and the way we deal with data. So AI is right now the right kind of an ecosystem to address a lot of these wonderful inventions and discoveries that are happening in different fields, and that is also will act like a glue. So the kind of jobs will be a interdisciplinary in nature. Two, it could be discipline wise in terms of the new reasoning kind of systems that can be developed. And three, most importantly, these jobs will come with all the things related to privacy, security, ethics, and all that stuff. So there's it's very exciting times ahead.
Yes, sir. That's rightly said. Actually, why? Because I was a millennial kid where I saw or I did write letters to my parents when I studied in a boarding school. But I don't think anybody who attended this webinar today is writing letters to their parents, even if they are studying in residential school. We saw the shift that happened with the technological advancement. Actually, we all call it. All of you know that we live in a VUCA world, right? It's completely volatile, uncertain in ambiguous world where lots of advancements that are happening. Actually, it's a good way to actually accept these advancements and grow with it. That's what the real thing. That's when the real work or real advancements happen. That's right, he said. Sir, my next question is to Pradeep sir. Sir, actually, when we talk about these technologies, a huge amount of support or knowledge transfer or technology transfer required from faculty to students or from industries to entrepreneurs. So, what kind of mechanisms are in place to support technology transfers and entrepreneurship among students and especially faculty members involved in medical engineering and AI? You're on mute, sir. You're on mute.
So medical engineering could be specifically for Sai to probably look at it. I will come from my domain expertise,
Yes, yes, yes.
which is specifically to cybersecurity and other domains, right?
Yes,
So, when you say huge knowledge transfer, it's not as huge as one would imagine it to be. I think it's a mentally probably a block being created that it's a huge knowledge transfer. So, knowledge transfer and upgrading of your knowledge is the part of your work environment, even in your work environment, not just you're studying in college, we are studying in industry as well, right? So it's a continuous upgrading and a continuous skilling that has to happen. You just mentioned, Sudhir, it is a VUCA world, right? So it is completely vulnerable, uncertain, ambiguous situation, right? So if you
yes.
have to, so that's the kind of world that what we are times we are living in. So in those kind of times, this is not something learning about new things, learning about skilling, etc. Doesn't have to be too difficult. And surrounding with so many of platforms and so many of opportunities, especially within the Amrita University itself, there's so many of activities happening around in the ecosystem that what we have from the incubation centers, what we have in terms of various support of the CIR and others gives. So that's a huge environment. I don't think any other ecosystem has got such a learning environment where it is has is promoted, including MOOC courses, everything, hybrid learning labs, everything being available within the university. I think that's something on a curriculum wise, that's happening within the college. But outside the colleges and others, the organizations have also understood that learning is a continuous key. For example, we have all the from Udemy to various others, various other MOOC platforms that's subscribed as a from an organizational point of view, and we have KPIs and we have appraisal points for various learnings, to the extent that we need to see at least in a day half an hour of learning is happening with every employee, and that goes into their employee performance mechanisms as well. Because without that, the people are not going to go forward, the skill is not going to get upgraded, and then, and as a result of that, the organization is also not going to go. So yeah, so various multiple means in which organizations imparts this knowledge and upgrading of skills for
Yes, sir. That's rightly said. As a university, I think all students should understand we do a lot of support and a lot of resources for all of you to help you learn or gain all this knowledge that is available at your disposal. And we support, we have separate dedicated departments as well as a faculty that can help you to learn this in an easy manner. So, sir, Sai sir, my next question is for you, and both of you can answer this, sir, based on your domain expertise. Both of you can answer. First, Sai sir, because the main worry of today, any student who is pursuing any program, for example, even AI, but we can answer this since this session is on AI. They usually wonder what kind of future career trends and what kind of impact it's going to have on each and every career. For example, let's take AI. What are the emerging career paths? Because they want to know where they end up actually. What are the emerging career paths or roles in AI industry that professionals or students should be aware of, and you can answer in the domains you are expert. And Pradeep sir, you can add on to that with your domain knowledge also.
Perfect. That's again a great question, because that's a question that will evoke everyone's interest. So one, So we can look at it in two different ways. One is there are discipline focused careers, then there are domain focused careers. I'll come to discipline focused career in a bit, which is AI discipline as a whole. But if you look at domain focused careers, AI in healthcare, now healthcare could be healthcare instrumentation, healthcare imagery, healthcare spatialomics or multiomics, like genomics, microbiomics, fluxomics, metabolomics, lipidomics, all kinds of omics related fields. So these are all different subdisciplines in medicine where AI can enter and enrich. So there's a whole suite of careers for students, especially in AI medical engineering, to get into this. Now, the second one is from the technology perspective. Since it has got the basic principles of math and computing, any revolution in terms of hardware, any revolution in terms of the cloud orchestration frameworks, end-to-end systems development deployment, and also any revolution in terms of generative AI. So in terms of how you build your retrieval augmented generation systems. Am I building a rack system for different kinds of ataxias or cerebellar ataxias as a neurologist? So these kind of things can be built by an AI based scientist. Now, the last one, which I promised to come back, which is the discipline focused thing. As an AI ecosystem, we can develop what kind of reasoning tasks, what kind of differential diagnosis can AI perform, which can help the doctor. What kind of data fusion can AI do? If you would have seen the latest research from Google, which uses your fundus image, the retinal scan, and looks at cardiovascular events and events are of broader systemic interest in health. So these kind of opportunities, the discovery process is also aided. So that kind of career options also come.
Yes, sir. Pradeep, sir, can you add on to that?
Yeah, certainly. So I will stick to the domain specific ones as what I mentioned. So in our industry, which is into cybersecurity and analytics, many of the current job roles are getting transformed in a way how to use AI. So I think the future will be the AI assisted human and the human assisted AI, right? So that's how all the job transformations are going to work. So in our, especially in our SOC rooms, which is the 24/7 security monitoring of various organizations, where we have the command control centers. So we used to have this L1, L2, and L3 kind of jobs. So L1 is who picks up the alerts and writes scripts, diagnoses. The L2, filters to L2 and then to L3 and further down the road. So with the AI, what we have seen is by implementing various AI solutions, what we have seen is the L1 job is naturally the people who are having L1 jobs, they've actually shifted to L2 because you don't no longer need to use the skills and others that what you want to do. So the L2 roles have shifted to L3. And so domain specific, that kind of if you apply AI within the domain, these kind of efficiencies is what we are seeing, So as an AI ML, when you get into the career within cybersecurity or something, then you are going to see a lot of designing some of these systems and as well as working with some of these systems, which you are seeing. And also what we see in our security testing and vulnerability assessment, ethical hacking, those areas also, the sophistication of the way that you could test and the payloads that you could create using AI mechanisms, etc., has vastly improved. And so this is something which is enhancing the AI, which is enhancing all the domains and even in the cybersecurity as well in multiple disciplines. I just called out two of them, but this is how it is revolutionizing the workplace.
Yes, sir. So I can actually summarize this. So AI is impacting healthcare, education, is impacting cybersecurity, AI is impacting entertainment industry and finance. So the impact of AI is everywhere. It's better to have an idea or knowledge about these domains. It can actually aid them in getting a job or getting a good career in the future. So that's the message actually I learned from the question, sir. Sir, Sai sir, one thing which is very challenging if you ask me these days, my next question is because as a human being, the main issue is we can't collaborate with others. The issue is we usually have an issue with collaborating with others and all. But main thing when it comes to AI is how can this collaboration between humans and AI will happen, and what kind of challenges that we face? Can you please brief us about this, sir?
Yeah, that's very very interesting question again. So trust is a two-way street. So we need to build systems that are very responsive to us, which are trustworthy. But at the same time, the system should be responsive in a sense that they learn effectively from us. So let's take some concrete examples. We build systems for fingerprint detection. We build systems for face detection. We use biometrics for various applications. So those systems are now AI enriched, and they've reached a very sophisticated kind of a status as of now. There are few systems which are complete automation of certain jobs, which are still aren't there. So AI cannot code completely for a different software engineer for lack of a few of the skill sets. So there is a gradation there. But if you really think about the life cycle of evolution of such systems, first it's like you build the system and you kind of have a human verification at the end of the system, and then slowly you look at, you stress test, you load test, you do a fairly high level of testing, and you slowly get into a hybrid system. So the AI basically helps you evaluate the process, but you're also a part of the system where you're part of the panel. And from that stage you bring it to a place where AI completely evaluates and you're just the gatekeeper. And finally, in some stuff like face detection, AI completely takes over, so you don't really need to look at your participation. So that's kind of the gradation in which we can slowly take the system evolution process. And that's a process. It's happening and it'll happen.
Yes, sir. As I said, it's a two-way process where, and it's a continuous evolving process also. So there are things that are going on actually that can actually help us reach to a very good collaborative stage. And before we go into all about Amrita, sir, just one final question to Pradeep, sir. Sir, any challenges organizations face in adopting or in accepting these AI technologies, or if any, how to overcome? Can you please help us, Pradeep sir?
Yeah. Organizations has got its own cultures, right? So we cannot homogenize all organizations into one bucket. So
Okay.
the organizations, they are the ones who are who are uh, very eager to adapt new technologies. Then there are others who are bystanders and just sees whether their technology works and whether they can implement it or not. And then there are laggards who actually will come and adopt it at some other point of time, right? So once they see it being scaled up or for a scaling requirement, etc. So the key aspects currently, the organizations in other domains, not specific to AI specifically, but to the other which have been adopting into various domains, such as cybersecurity or manufacturing or any other kind of industry. Some of the major challenges that what we see is uh, that we adapt it without thinking too much. There is no definite use cases we don't go through. So there is a blind adoption at an initial phase to see that adapt AI for everything and anything. The AI is the answer. Currently, we are over the honeymoon with the Chat GPT and the world. So we now know the limitations. Earlier, we thought Chat GPT could do everything, but then we now know the limitations. So the early runners face a challenge of adapting it without knowing what they are adapting it for, but just for the sake of adaptation, and they end up learning something in skills, but also exhausting and burning out a lot of resources in the aspects. So the right point for them to see is, what are the use cases which are suitable for AI to solve. So identifying that is the critical for organizations to see in the early runners adoption, which use cases to identify and how to spend resources based on that. even with respect to workplace transformation that's happening with the Gen AI and others, is also that the organization has to do a cross organization study on terms of which roles, what kind of works can be enabled with the AI, and then accordingly underpin it with AI technologies or process, etc. So this would be have a maximum effect on it. So various companies at various ways, but yeah, multiple challenges. Another is getting employees to enable them to learn new technologies, new aspects of it. So currently, what I'm witnessing in the industry is that because of AI, the new joiners are almost equal or more productive than some of the experienced folks as well. So so those are the AIs which are currently impacting. They provide me a new joinee with a good capabilities in AI is almost equivalent to me to a 7-year experience or a 5-year experience person, sans the domain knowledge part of it, so which can be quickly gathered. So that's something which I'm readily seeing in my organization as well.
Yes, sir. I think it's like if you have a proper specific requirement and getting that requirement done by AI. So first thing is you should be more specific in your requirement. Then it's easy to get the solution that you require from AI or use it for to give you a solution. So it's happening, and we see the effects of it, and we saw in a lot of corporates and industries how it's affecting people also with a lot of experience. Thank you, sir. I think Soman, sir, I think our students today joined today to learn more about AI in Amrita. Actually, this is my question to you, sir. You can take the stage now. And how is actually Amrita integrating this AI into its research and academic programs, and what kind of things we are doing? Can you please let our students who are very much interested in AI know these things?
Okay, I will again share my screen.
Yes.
You are able to see. Able to see?
Yes, sir, we can see.
Okay. So question is about now integration. In our curricula, maths and coding or now programming. Programming don't think that it is a high level programming. This maths for programming for mathematics is not that tough. And you can use, somebody asked now previously the language. You can use any language. We will here, first year we prefer Python and MATLAB, and higher semesters, you will be coding in any language you like. Now already AI is there to help you. If you know one language thoroughly, you can learn any other language in no time. Okay. So here, really this maths for AI is straightforward now, and we revise in every subject. Every subject we have corresponding mathematics and corresponding coding, and now we'll integrate AI with that subject. Every subject, you name any subject, okay, AI will be integrated. Okay. Other thing is now selection of our books, or now we are creating our own books actually. We have a tight coupling of theory and computing. Okay, all our we are creating on our own, but some are already available. For example, mathematical modeling and computers. This is from Berkeley. Okay, this should have been taught in India. Should have been taught at +2 level, because when you learn calculus, that time itself, you should start doing computation with you don't require much programming. You can do in a spreadsheet. We can know almost all differential equation. Everything can be solved in a spreadsheet. So use of computers. When the problem become big now, you can do by hand. Then here, right hand side, you are seeing something called now software-defined radio. Modern communication can be learned, okay, with the simple devices. Okay, entire communication system you can now transmit and receive, okay, with the simple, very simple device, and also now the mathematics required for programming. And unlike olden days, now communication, mathematics, you can directly code, okay, and you require only simple device for transmitting and receiving. Okay, again, say suppose you are learning robotics, okay, that mechanical portion, your computer vision portion, and now all the dynamics portion, whatever. Okay, when you are learning now, we are integrating with the subject, not theory first, then practical. Now everything go together. That is theory, computation, and practical now go together. Most cases, your classroom itself is your lab. Okay, because such so that type of integration is what is required now for a modern way of learning, which allows you to master now all engineering in 4 years. It is possible, and we are going further for our new course, engineering plus medicine. That is possible. You will see, I'll tell the reason why it is possible. Now, AI tools now relevant to the area are introduced in every subject. Okay, for example, say chemistry. Suppose you are learning now medical situation, biochemistry, all those things. Now AI is reached a stage where, okay, you tell, I want so and so particular molecule. You suppose now through computers you understood so and so molecule will have so and so property. The problem now, how will you make it? How will you synthesize it? Modern AI allows. Okay, so what I'm here showing is about now advertisement basically from a company elsewhere.com, basically a book publishing company. They have now a software called now Reaxis. Okay, so it can do retrosynthesis. That now you tell the molecule, it will now the AI will tell you how to produce that one. Okay, of course this is an initial stage, but you see the potential of that one. Instant drug discovery, material discovery, and all those things now are going to happen, and this is very much required for our own survival. Okay, because we are facing a lot of problems now. Our whether that is probably we have to do a lot of space travel and all those things. Okay, we require technology for that one, and it is AI now which can now you can say help you. So every subject now will have corresponding AI tool. For some, I already told now can this organic chemists are now embracing AI for an exploration of now chemical space for now tech discovery. Other thing is, again, suppose you are learning biology. Okay, now this medical doctors or now this MBBS students, they'll take now lot of time for learning the I can say anatomy, physiology, etc. Because they have to learn, I can say by heart now or memorize now lot of names. But is it really required? Okay, that is a question. And this now modern this AR VR technology allows you to learn biology. You can walk through your own body, or now that this 3D model of now your body, you can really walk through. So this all allow you to learn now everything in a new way. Okay, and this is I'm telling about how we are integrating technology with the subject. Okay, other thing is now our classroom. Your classroom will be with the now thin clients and servers. Why we are testing thin clients now? Suppose I give you a lot of programming exercise. You may, okay, people all are lazy, so you may try to get it from internet and do it. But now in thin client room setup now you can't do that one. You will be totally in a little bit confined environment. Okay, you do programming immediately. After the programming is over, now we will evaluate, and the automatic evaluation is possible. Okay, that type of setup, especially first years, because initial programming requires a little bit of force. You should force yourself, otherwise we have to force yourself. Okay, so we have made such a system where 1 year for every subject, irrespective of the subject name, maths, physics, chemistry, biology, you name everything, even now communication, I mean this technical communication, you will be learning everything through, okay, this AI tools and this with little some programming. So, and other thing now, what we have say for tight integration now, what we have done another thing is, okay, your final every subject now you used to have now final exam. This final exam is replaced with the projects. It's extremely important. Engineers are now supposed to build things, not now. Every semester write some examination or written examination. No, you won't become an engineer. To become an engineer now, you should have real world. Okay, making things, okay, make it run. How it may fail. From that failure, now you understand or now what has happened. You based on your theory. Okay, so this is extremely important. So our all the courses running here now, our AI department now, everything is project oriented. You will be 4 students in a group. Every subject is having projects. Final exam will be project. You will be designing something, doing something, now presenting something. For presentation skill, that is another important thing. When you go to industry now, it is very important that now you communicate properly with your colleagues and your seniors. Okay, so that opportunity we are giving now in this project oriented. Okay, and also we have through AI now we are now able to do frequent test automated validation. So when the class is over, immediately now you take a 10-minute test, you immediately knowing now how much you learned. Okay, it will give enough feedback for you and feedback for us now where you are lacking. Okay, and then regarding say faculty. Okay, we have now faculty from all branches together now in one umbrella. Okay, because now this requires AI applied to various domain now. This AI applied to healthcare, AI applied to robotics requires now multidisciplinary group. Okay, you can work in isolation. Okay, so we have all in now one umbrella. So by nature, AI applications demand multidisciplinary skills. So all faculty, irrespective of their now basic degree now, are trained in mathematics of AI, and they take that type of we take now that type of projects. Projects, healthcare, agriculture, robotics, natural language processing, computer vision, etc. So this way now our faculty also from like conventional way get trained in this multidisciplinary way of teaching or teaching subject in a multidisciplinary background. Okay, it should not be pure mechanical, cannot be pure computer science. There is nothing like that. Every subject is is written as multidisciplinary. Okay, so other trends I want to tell you now. This now I am telling about this all engineering can be learned together in 4 years. Actually, now this trend has already started. Okay, so here there is University in Italy. Okay, 6-year degree course in medicine and now biomedical engineering. Entirely taught in English, run by 2 universities together. Okay, so 4 year we finish, you will get a engineering degree, and 2 more year with the clinical practices, you will get now 6-year degree. Okay, so this is just taken from their website. And India also now people as IIT Madras started. We also know we are now following the same line. Okay, engineering and medical now we are putting together. In fact, we are also engineering and AI and agriculture. We are putting together that type of courses. There is the lot of opportunity in this domain. Okay, so we are going that way. This is in Hong Kong also now started 6-year course, medical and AI, engineering, medicine and AI. They are learning together. Future doctors, they should be first of all an engineer. Okay, otherwise very difficult to survive, because they should be extremely proficient in AI, so that they get enough time to attend patient. Okay, now regarding a little bit our course now, whatever we are introducing students to quantum computing. Then very important thing, analog computing is going to come up in a big way. Okay, currently all the computers are digital. Analog computers are coming. Its size will be very small, and also now power consumption will be very small, because that one now future we'll have a hybrid digital analog computing. Okay, and the foundation we are providing the foundation communication area, foundation electrical electronics, everything now we are putting together in a single course. Okay, and we'll be able to provide or finish in the scripted time. Okay, because of another reason. Okay, I'll give some others one. Curriculum now we have something called fractal courses, because now this is the way we can adapt to now fast changing world. Okay, MIT is going this way. Instead of now running the courses in a full semester, they put now 2 weeks courses, so that now when anything comes new, immediately now 2 weeks they'll finish. Okay, so this also part of now we'll say sort of integration. Okay, this is now what we are doing in this curriculum, especially and this medical engineering, where we have to combine and all the engineering and the medicine together, and that is possible. That is okay. World over they are doing, we are also doing. Okay, we have all the resources for now doing it. Okay, back to the.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think it's neatly explained about our curriculum and what kind of courses we teach and what kind of actually I'm extremely happy to see the fractal course, that concept, because that can actually help students to get updated themselves about the new things that are coming up in 2 weeks and start going on with the actual semester subjects, and that's a good way to learn about the updates that are happening. And
Sudhir, can I add a couple of things here?
yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, because we are at the Fractal Courses, one of the highlights of this program is some of these Fractal courses can be delivered by a global faculty, a professor from Stanford or University of California, Davis, or a professor from some European university. He would be employed. We already have a lot of MOUs signed with Stanford and UC Davis, so those two are definitely on. So with these Fractal courses in this format, we also get the best of the world doctors, the hospital doctors, practicing doctors, as well as some directors of certain labs abroad who are going to deliver some of the world's highest graded research. So that's something which is very good about this.
Yes, sir. Sir, since we are running out of time, I want to give some time for our attendees to post their questions, because I see some interesting questions that are coming up. I think one student asked, is the current curriculum and syllabus of School of AI forward looking enough to provide opportunities for students graduating in 4 years from now? Sir, anybody can answer, sir. Like Sai, sir, if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like as Pradeep sir mentioned, if you remember, so then the next 4 years, what are the jobs that are going to open up? You really have no clue. But what you have a clue about is what kind of basics, what kind of strong foundations are needed, and which was explained clearly in terms of math and other computing skills. But how do actually I position this foundation so that I get the maximum leverage in an interdisciplinary setup 4 years from now? So that's how this course is planned, so that everything that comes after 4 years, we are well equipped to face that rather than any other normal conventional program.
Yes, sir. Sir, one more question that's there that is coming up. Do we need to be good in calculus to achieve good results in future? Or in AI, or these topics are very much important? Calculus. Anyway, we answered just to.
Yeah, definitely yes. But then, if you're not so good, there's always a small bridge course at the beginning, so you can get better at it. But definitely, you should be highly motivated, and you should have that fire in the belly to crack the stuff.
Yeah, one interesting question, sir, maybe cyber security and AI. I know it's those both are correlated, but some student is asking cyber security and AI, which is in high demand.
Pradeep sir.
So I would say, yeah, we're coming from cybersecurity still, for blasphemy, even in that. So I would say AI is in higher demand, because it underpins much more industries. It pans across so many of the disciplines. It is there, but at the same time, cybersecurity is also among the second most discipline, because ultimately all these AI systems and AI, whatever we are going to do, it has to be ensured it is secure. It follows certain principles of trust, and as well as the data privacy and others is maintained as well. So I think it probably goes equal and equal, but I think slightly over the edge would be AI and science.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, one interesting question from a student last year. Sir, is AI safe for our future? We have been seeing many cases where it is being misused, like deep fake videos, and we also know that it is better than the human programmers. Keeping this in mind, can we fully depend on AI? Is it safe for the future?
Yeah, AI, AI ultimately we need to know that this is a tool, right? So, and if it is available to us, it's available to the offenders as well, right? So it is available to both the attackers as well as the defenders. So at the same time, we need to understand this has been the case always. It's not that always whenever even in a current world also, if we are using certain firewalls and others, there are others who are actually using firewalls to make to see that if it can be broken or not. So the tools, technology, everything would be available on both sides. But because of that, staying away from AI is not a great choice. If you want to progress, and the amount of potential that AI currently is showing up in disciplines across, I think that should not be it's an area of concern which we need to actually use to protect the AI and from other solutions, but it need not be it should not be a constraint for further progress in our discipline.
Okay. Sir, Sai sir, my next question is for you, I think from the attendees. Do we have job opportunities in India for AI and medicine or biomedical? Any examples can you let us know?
Oh, absolutely. We've got a lot of examples. For example, there are a lot of these biomedical instrumentation companies, starting from GE Healthcare to Thermo Scientific Fisher, Thermo Fisher. I mean, a lot of different Philips. There are a lot of companies which focus on biomedical instrumentation. There are a lot of job related startups that are in AI, and you could have heard about Niramai kind of startups, which look at the breast cancer mammograms, look at an early warning screening system. There are several such startups for several specialties. There are also jobs that are research oriented, which basically look at if you want to look at the motions of a child, or for children who are susceptible for ASD, the autism spectrum disorder. How do you actually use computer vision to solve such problems where you do an early identification and kind of give a treatment? And that same applies for cerebral palsy or epilepsy or those kind of cases. We have also jobs related to the educational health record related software, the data informatics part of health informatics. So that's another big region of jobs. And we also have jobs related to the imagery, the radiology related jobs, how AI enriches them, and what kind of tumor detection, or some kind of a CD8, CD4 kind of counting kind of things, karyotypic counts, those kind of pathology related jobs are there. And of course, there are jobs related to the clinical trials of the data. Like you take the patient data, you take the patient response, and you look at whether this drug was effective. And in terms of drug discovery, there are a lot of jobs. So there are several subfields within healthcare. The jobs are going to increase, and there are new fields that are going to be created, which actually fuses all these different fields.
Yes, sir. Sir, one more question. So that's an interesting question, Pradeep, sir. I think today the industry looks for specialized engineers. I mean, one more thing is some of them are asking CSC or CSC AI, which is better. To follow up with that, I mean, adding on to that question itself, what will happen to the students of computer science and engineering course branch? Is it going to be lesser than CSC AI? Will they have lesser opportunities?
I think, as Soman sir mentioned, the entire way it has been taught, from the entire pedagogy, what you see, what Soman sir presented, that itself is transforming AI. It's embedded with everything. It's transforming. Even while you're learning AI, you are learning through AI, learning AI through AI, right? So those are the ways in which where currently the computer science AI disciplines are currently being taught. And with the conventional disciplines, what are there with other modules, you will see still being taught in conventional ways in many a times. So, but with AI discipline in place, I think there is it's a very futuristic way of looking at it. And whatever you see, the areas where Somans are presented in terms of what you are looking at, it's extremely futuristic, and the way how we are going to learn things. And it's not the way that how conventionally we have been learning things, right, or solving problems, etc. So it's a totally different way that you are going to approach it. So it's not specific to the discipline per se, but how you are going to be taught is going to be the difference in these disciplines.
Yes, sir, that's rightly said. Actually, so a lot of questions also. I want to answer one thing, because I saw a lot of people in the chat asking which is better. See, it's all about your perception. So once what you need to decide as a student, I want to give you advices. See, success of a person doesn't define by a course or a program or a college. If you have really passion, interest, and have the necessary skills, either you are any branch engineer, you can learn the skills that are required for the future. So that's what my suggestion will be. Even any core engineering branch also today can learn courses about AI and make themselves relevant also. So please, you decide what can be the best for you, what is of your interest, what is of your passion. Then you slowly grow from there. Don't compare the branches or programs and look it at that perspective. I suggest choose any program based on your passion and interest. Sir, I think Sai sir, one more question is for you. I think, sir, today I think we launched AI and medical engineering in two of our campuses, our Faridabad campus and Coimbatore campus. And I know students are eager to learn more about AI and medical engineering. We can conduct a separate webinar for that also. But the thing is, do students require to have knowledge in biology if they really want to take this AI and medical engineering?
Not exactly, because I mean, even if they require some knowledge, it will be very, very basic, because this program is kind of self-contained in itself in terms of all the prerequisites. Basic math is definitely needed. Biology, we are going to have primer courses on biology, computational biology, systems biology, a little bit of medicinal biochemistry. All that will be taught in the first year. Very assimilable fractal courses that are taught with the latest technology using AR, VR, perceptive learning as well as observational learning, not just rote learning. So the students, it will be a happy go journey for students. So we don't require any big prerequisites on biology.
Yes, sir. I think we have exceeded the time. I don't want to take much of your time, sir, but so, sorry for extending our time, but thank you for actually being part of this session. I know a lot of questions are there. Some of them are repetitive, but one question a lot of students are asking, can I watch this session again? Is the recording available? Yes, sure, students, all of you will be receiving the YouTube stream or the YouTube link of this session soon to all of your mail IDs. So you can watch it again, and you can post your questions to our mail ID btech@amrita.edu. We would be happy to help you, and we will be happy to answer all your questions. I know there are time constraints, but we can talk all about AI for days. We can sit here in this webinar for a day also. Still, we have things to discuss. But I hope today at least some of you or all of you got a basic information about what is the impact of AI and what kind of job roles that are there and what Amrita is doing in terms of AI and School of AI is doing in terms of AI, and what kind of course curriculum, what kind of programs, what kind of research. I think it's a overall a holistic session which make us understand about the impact of AI globally and the role of Amrita University in AI. So please make sure to watch this video again if you receive the recording, and post us or share us with your questions, whatever you have, we'll try to answer them. And thank you once again, Soman sir, Pradeep sir, and Sai sir for taking time to attend this session. We'll be happy to have you again on this discussion, a good exclusive specialized topic from each one of you, and we would love to interact with you once again. Thank you all, and have a good day. Looking forward to see you for the next panel discussion, and bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you, everyone.